serving eastern New Mexico and the surrounding region. This is News 3 New Mexico, your local source for news, sports, and first weather.
Good evening, I'm Desiree Markham. We begin tonight with an emotional event for Eastern New Mexicans. The Cost of Freedom tribute is in Eastern New Mexico tonight. The 370-foot-long memorial wall displays the names of nearly 60,000 Vietnam casualties, and gold dog tags represent our fallen heroes since the Vietnam War. The tribute included speeches and the honoring of a fallen hero from our area. News 3 spoke with attendees of the event who agree the Cost of Freedom tribute is emotional. Good news for drivers on eastern New Mexico's streets. Monday night was St. Patrick's Night, a holiday many people love to celebrate, but it seems as though eastern New Mexicans celebrated safely. News 3 spoke to sheriff and police officials in and around our region, and they say St. Patrick's Night was calm and they didn't see a big rise in the number of DWIs because of the holiday famous for green beer. As News 3's reported on Monday, New Mexico high schools are getting a report card. The Alliance for Excellent Education is releasing a full profile of the state's high school graduation rates. There are 3 different rates listed in the report from independent research, state reports, and from the U.S. Department of Education. The report includes how New Mexico schools compare to other states, and we spoke to an administrator at Portales High School about the graduation rates. He tells News 3 it all depends on what enrollment data you use. He says New Mexico schools are working hard to keep the rates up. New details tonight on a shooting that has one Lincoln County deputy in an El Paso, Texas hospital. Deputy Robert Shepard has provided his account of the actions that took place when he attempted to pull over fugitive Kurt Sorbeck. According to Shepard, after spotting Sorbeck Thursday afternoon, he stopped him and asked for his ID. This then led to a high-speed chase between Shepard and Sorbeck. Sorbeck later pulled over and jumped out of his truck, opening fire on Shepard. Shepard was shot 4 times and was listed Monday night in critical but stable condition. Sorbeck was last seen heading west on U.S. Highway 70. He is described as being 6 foot 1 inch tall, about 250 to 230 pounds, and is driving a black Chevy Silverado. There is a $10,000 reward for information leading to Sorbeck's arrest. New Mexico State Police are treating a death in eastern New Mexico as a homicide. The body of a Texas man identified as 55-year-old Thomas A. Hickman was found on Highway 84 southeast of Santa Rosa by a passerby. Hickman, who is from Richland Hills, Texas, was a regional manager of Red Lobster restaurants, according to police. His vehicle was found abandoned off the road nearby. If your child is homesick today, you better make sure the school knows. 2 Clovis mothers are convicted of allowing their children too many unexcused absences from school. 42-year-old Jana Burrow and 47-year-old Bertha Robles of Clovis will attend a 16-week parenting program. Compulsory attendance laws in New Mexico define a student as a habitual truant when the student has 10 or more unexcused absences within a school year. That's News 3 New Mexico this Tuesday, March 18th. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in tomorrow evening for our last broadcast before spring break. Have a fabulous evening. And identity theft is not her platform, but Senator Hillary Clinton is in our region again, this time in West Texas. The Clinton campaign is kicking off its early voting drive in Lubbock today. The campaign is encouraging supporters to hit the polls early. A toll-free number has been released so Texans can find the location of their early voting site. The number is 1-866-939-VOTE. That number again, 1-866-939-VOTE. Early voting will take place February 19th through February 29th. A little known fact, during the 1940s, Fidel Castro tried out for the New York Yankees. And while he's not here to try out for any teams, our very own Mike Kretz joins us to fill us in with all the sports details from over the long weekend. Mike? Although the fires were a threat to the southern portion of the region yesterday, there was a chance of snow this morning. We turn now to our weatherman, Rob Hagan. Rob, is it going to snow or be sunny these coming days? Now, video games have received a bad rap for years, but now health experts are using them as a means of physical therapy. As Mike Kretz told you earlier, New Mexicans are concentrating on city elections today. Voters across the state are electing mayors, city councilors, and deciding on important issues in their communities. The polls opened at 7 a.m. and will close at 7 p.m. Hobbs and Rio Rancho voters are electing new mayors. And in Clovis, voters will decide if the sale of buy-the-drink liquor should be allowed on Sundays. 2 voters in New Mexico told News 3 it's important to vote.
Because it's a right and a privilege to vote. So if you're a registered voter, you need to get out and vote.
And now Amy Pinnell joins us for First Weather. Amy, last week we saw sun, then snow, and now sun again. Will this pattern continue? A pit bull loose in eastern New Mexico leaves another dog dead. News 3 received a tip earlier today that a loose pit bull was running wild and attacking another dog in Portales. News 3's Anthony Garcia arrived on scene as officials were preparing to take the pit bull into custody. We turn now to him for more on this story. Anthony? Students in one Albuquerque elementary school may be carrying laptop computers to class. The school will be handing them out as an incentive for meeting state testing requirements. The principal says during December testing, the students did not take testing seriously, but after a CD player was offered to the student with the biggest score increase, scores were better than expected. Leigh Checkstad has more. An Alamogordo animal cruelty case has been settled. The New Mexico Supreme Court heard arguments involving a former research laboratory and a veterinarian on Tuesday. 2 chimpanzees at the facility died and a third was near death. However, the Supreme Court ruled the animal cruelty law has an exception for the practice of veterinarian medicine, which covers the veterinarian and the lab. Good news for those caught at DWI checkpoints. The Supreme Court ruled today by a 6-3 vote that convictions for drunken driving do not count as violent felonies. Therefore, DWI convictions will not lengthen prison sentences. Court justices say that driving under the influence is different from other crimes that involve purposeful action. Politicians are scrambling and money's flying since Democrat Tom Udall vacated the 3rd District seat in Congress to run for the U.S. Senate. Santa Fe developer Don Wiviot has spent more than $500,000 in 3 months on his quest for the seat in Congress. Wiviot is in a 6-way race for the Democratic nomination. And for the last time, I'm Desiree Markham. Thank you for watching, have a fabulous evening, and tune in this fall.